to put too fine a point on it, but you were utterly and humiliatingly outfought. You were even 2 against 1. Professional martial artists losing the equivalent of a bar fight to a self-proclaimed street brawler. Well, such things happen, of course, even in a sanctioned fight, where at least there are rules to protect you. And it usually happens because you don't take your opponent seriously enough. Let it happen to you, of all people, Baki, the #1 fighter in the underground arena. I never would have imagined such a thing could happen to you. I guess you're no better than those pampered powder puffs training upstairs. Okay, but seriously now. The problem with martial arts as a sport is that the bigger the match, the further we get from our roots. The ultimate goal of the martial arts is not to bask in the spotlight of the arena. In the world that go unseen. That's the real goal. The praise, the glory, all of that is worthless. And frankly, a warrior that loses a fight is pretty worthless too.
Everyone here already knows all that, little man.
Let go of me, you damn fool! I'm more upset about this than any of you, don't you understand that? I'm sad, sadder than the whole bunch you put together. There was no one more convinced than I was that the 5 of you were the strongest of all. Baki, Dopo, Hanayama, Shibukawa, Retsu. I put every ounce of my faith and trust in you, and what did I get for it? Oh, you can't begin to know the disappointment and frustration I'm feeling. Wait, where are you going, Baki?
What can I say, Gramps? You're right. Seems you were right about everything.
Interrupting. You're all here, I see. Excellent.
Summon security.
You mean that useless lot outside? Look, I brought gasoline.
I've been looking for you. Aren't you glad you brought the gasoline now? Much obliged for the other day.
He's a completely different man.
You taught me a little something. I didn't know the difference between fighting for sport and real fighting. Being a dumb karate jock doesn't make you a karateka. I want to thank you for teaching me that. If I lit you up, I wouldn't be much of a karateka, would I? But then, on the other hand... I don't want to be a karateka! right, old man. We'll agree to disagree, I guess.
You got part of it right. The end goal of martial arts isn't to get the most points for style. The objective's to win, not win pretty. Unless you beat your opponent, the rest of it really doesn't matter much, does it?
Come on already. You still think I'm missing something, don't you?
That's right. Aesthetics.
Aesthetics?
It's something you can't get from a weapon. You could say we karateka are almost obsessed with training to fight. Training to bring down any opponent. Now, there's nothing wrong with a surprise attack as such, but a karateka's weapons are already a part of him. He's not gonna bring any outside weapons to a fight. A briefcase he happens to be carrying. A fan he's got folded up in his pocket. Maybe even the belt he's wearing. Or the shoes he's got on. Those are about the only things we're allowed to use in a fight. And still keep our self-respect as martial artists. Even something as simple as a pencil or a fistful of sand. Bringing any weapon to a fight ruins the aesthetics of the whole thing. So anyway, what do we do with this pile of barbecue?
I don't know. Call an ambulance?
He's not looking too good.
Whoa! Guess I better lay off the cigars for a while. All right! Who wants to be next? Retsu? Dopo?
Hey, I've got a pretty serious bone to pick with this guy.
You're gonna have to wait a minute, I'm afraid. You see, my master wants to get in on the action, if you don't mind.
Hi there. Sorry to butt in.
Kiyosumi Kato, a die-hard fighter and Shinshinkai karate student who prefers to get his training in actual combat rather than in the safety of a dojo.
Kiyosumi.
What happened to your hand?
This? A flesh wound.
You did that to him, didn't you, foreigner?
Right to the philtrum.
Do you have any idea what you've done, Mr. Dorian, or whatever you call yourself? That's Grandmaster Dopo Orochi you maimed. A man whose legendary fists are twice as hard as diamonds, and 10 times more precious. No contrition, I see. You won't be needing those ears!
Kato, how did you...
Oh, this? It's just some ordinary fishing line partially covered with rubber tubing. But if I control the slack just right, zip, I can slice off a nose or an ear clean as a whistle, and other body parts too. But listen, it doesn't count as a weapon. I just happen to have it on me. I like fishing.
So Katsumi, this guy is what? Your teacher?
He does stuff like this without letting his pride or vanity get in the way. He just jumps right in without a moment's hesitation. Trust me, his combat ideology is even more Shinshinkai than even yours is, Dad.
And this is a perfect opportunity. Watch and learn. There, looks kind of like that.
Kicking a man when he's already down? Was that really necessary, Dad?
Whoa, Toppo. Okay, maybe you were upset that Katsumi praised me, but still. That was kind of a cheap shot for a Grandmaster, wasn't it?
What the hell kind of wire is that?
Now do you understand? As you see, karate turns our hands an imaginable amount of time in training, applying ourselves with a focus and dedication you Westerners couldn't begin to understand. While you're busy coming up with gadgets and tricks, we're turning every limb on our bodies into a weapon, honing our fists until they're tough and sharp as a blade. Even your aramid carbon fiber with its 200-kilo tensile strength is child's play for a hand like mine. It's simple and elegant. Think of the name itself. The word karate means empty hand. Your hand is your weapon. Maybe one day you won't need to carry fishing line.
And I was thrown clear of the blast by somebody. He pulled that pin, and the next thing I knew, I was lying outside in the middle of the courtyard.
Well, lucky, aren't you? All right, so what happened to your assailant and the others?
Don't look at me, that's what I want to know. They were all gone when I woke up.
Sorry. Found ya. Oh, come on. You could at least pretend that you're surprised.
You're a fool.
Ah, so sorry you're disappointed.
You're out of your league. You're not the man to give me the taste of defeat.
I wouldn't be too sure of that. Give me some credit for being able to track you down.
I was stationed here once before. More than 50 years ago.
You mean during the war?
No, it was an Imperial Army facility. But after the war, the US Army took it over. I was just a buck private in my teens back then. A grunt. Glorified gopher.
A man so much my senior in life, really, deserves a special gift. Chinese Kempo, huh?
If you came here expecting the same skill level you saw at Tokugawa's home, I can only say I feel sorry for you. It's Grease. Going up against so many skilled fighters, even if I didn't lose, I knew I wouldn't get out of there unscathed. Being able to keep my true abilities hidden from you was a key step forward to fully enjoying the sweet taste of defeat.
This simple but brutally effective technique goes back to the 1920s and the earliest days of Prohibition, when the notorious Al Capone was still just a minor hoodlum. Gangs would use this fighting technique in their bloody battles over turf with rival gangs. And just like that, the weapon is ready.
Now you have to do the same. That is, if we're going to settle this once and for all.